Hi everyone, Trading Card Chronicle here. Today I got you guys a deck profile of my standard Kagero deck. It's an Overlord deck. So now without any delay, let's get into the deck. So to start off, our starter is Lizard Soldier Undux, which just like any other starter skill, when you roll upon, you draw a card. And for grade 3 lineup, we run 4 copies of Dragonic Overlord. He's our main first right target because we want to write into him before we write into the other 2 grade 3s. Which with Overlord we can start up some early pressure with the extra attack if they let it hit, and you can Soul Blast for the 10k. So if you put a gift marker right under himself, he'll be 33k attacker with no boosted units. And next we run 4 copies of Dragonic Overlord the Great. The Great is for me personally, probably in the deck, the second right target you want to go into. You can try to finish your opponent with the Grade, because with Neo Flame you can get 4 attack per turn without counting the other rearguard columns. Which on top of that you get to drive check 3 times. You do discard 2 cards like any like Overlord. And of course you also have to have a grade 3 in Soul, so that's why we want to write into the normal Overlord before you go into the grade. But unlike the end, the grade only needs a grade 3, not a Overlord card. It just have to be a grade 3. And last but not least, we run 2 copies of Dragonic Overlord the end. I use the end in here as more of a finisher, which I can write the end, use a 3 attack, and that's it for the game. Which, if that doesn't go right, I'll use the grade, because the grade is still good. But I personally enjoy the end for the 3 Vanguard attacks, and most of those Vanguard attacks can be pretty high power since you can put force 1 gift marker under him. So that's it for our grade 3 lineup. And next onward to grade 2. For grade 2, we start off with 3 copies of Reverend Strike and Doka. We run him because that we are running the end. He is there to make our opponent overguard whenever we use the end. So that way each attack with the end they have to overguard and overguard and overguard, so we can try to finish them that turn while we in the end turn. And next we run 4 copies of Spell Over Dragon. I personally love Spell Over Dragon. He is just pretty much pure resource, and on top of that combo piece, because his skill is that you after he attacked a Vanguard, and if it was boosted, you counterblast 1 to retire something that's grade 2 or less. So you can pretty much use him to attack last, attack with everything else, and then your final attack is swing with him. It doesn't have to hit, just as long as the attack. Swing with him, counterblast 1, shoot it in Soul. That way you have extra card in Soul, since this deck do Soul Blast a lot, especially with the grade 3s. So that way you got cards in Soul, and you can combo with grade 1 pieces to draw cards. So you can use the grade 1 to boost, and then use your skill to retire them and draw the card. Which that's why I love this card. And last but not least, we run 4 copies of Dragonic Neo Flame. Which obviously, if we're running the grade, we gotta run Dragonic Neo Flame, since those are kind of have to run whenever you run either one. And now onward to grade 1s. To start off, we run 4 copies of Calamity Tower Reverend. We run him because he is a great card for especially all 3 of the grade 3 Overlords. His skill with Soul Blasting 1, return him, and Vanguard gets 15k until in the turn. If you can get to him off, that's 30k attack, 30k power to your Vanguard. So that right there is already pressure enough without including the gift markers and your Vanguard's abilities and your Vanguard's base power. So especially the perfect turn with if you have the end, use Doka that your opponent have to overguard, and with him you can buff your Vanguard all the way up to 100k, which I got to once, which is just insane. Just you're attacking with Overlord, 2 of those attacks are just right under 100k, where the last 3rd attack without drive check, you're hitting 100k power. So which most time you injure your opponent right there. There are once or twice I did not manage in my opponent because they are playing Protect. They have a lot of Protect markers in hand and a lot of cards, but that's really rare. And next we run 4 copies of Sable Dragonute, which with him we first skill that whenever if we go in second we can get some hand advantage whenever he hit, which most time everyone let grade 1 attack hit since you need the damage for future skills. So pretty much hand advantage at first, and the second skill is pretty much like I was saying with Spell over Dragon. At end and use him as your last attack, retire something, and then when this thing sees something retired during your turn, you retire him and draw a card. So pretty much all hand advantage. And next we run 4 copies of Flame of Hope Airmo. Just like Dragonute, Airmo is there for the hand advantage, and except for the difference is that he's also there for the counter charge, since we do counter blast a lot in this deck. So you can use him to counter charge and get a card in hand. Most time, if you can, you will use him to power boost Spell over Dragon. That way you have a 21k column with no gift marker and no triggers, so which is a pretty good number. And of course you can use Spell over Dragon at the end of the turn to retire something, proc both Airmo or Dragonute if you have them on the field. That way you can get draw cards before you end your turn. And finally for the grade 0 lineup we run 8 copies of Critical Trigger, 4 copies of Heal Trigger, and 4 copies of Draw PG, which I do see people out there who runs 12 crit and 4 heal. You can do that, but personally I run Draw PG because I want to survive a little longer, because there are times when you are playing against, like example, a mirror match or a clan like Neo Nectar that have high power, you don't have much to guard, which that's when you kind of have to have a perfect guard at times, or especially against Bermuda now, which you kind of have to have a high number on the guard from hand. If you don't have that, you can use your PG. So that's why I still run 4 copies of PG, Draw PG. So that's pretty much it for the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe if you haven't. And before I end the video, I would just like you guys to know that I am planning on doing at least video a week for the next 3 to 4 weeks due to the new BTO6 set. I am planning on doing pizza box and case opening for that set, and also deck profile for all the clans within them. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And that's it for today. Trading Card Chronicle out.